dumbest facts. Marker.
Let's go.
Let's go.
How nervous.
Nah, I'm fine. Welcome to the Dumb AF podcast.
I am Jarrod Wallace.
And I'm Sare Bare.
And we are proving or debunkering the dumbest facts you've ever heard.
Debunkering. It's going so well.
So close.
First we chat, then we fact.
So if one of your friends says dumbest fact, you can slap back. Oh, that was close. That's not a bad intro. I've only just got sent this to me, so I'm doing all right for day one.
Wow, that was incredible.
It'll be better day two, I promise.
Well, welcome to the first episode back for 2025. Now, I know what you're thinking. Kyle sounds different. He looks different, and he's changed his name.
And put on about 10 kilos.
Like 20, mate.
Yeah, maybe 20. I've never met Kyle, so.
Yeah, he's just a little bit smaller than
Yeah.
you. I think it's those calves.
Yeah. We'll say the calves. It weighs me down.
Yeah, no, it's not Kyle. It is Jarrod. Now, Kyle is still around. Okay, we're still dating. He's still the hottest man alive. No offense to you, Jarrod.
I'll take number two.
Yeah. Perfect. He is just a very busy man. So, yeah, we've just, I'm on this campaign now, I think, to find a new co-host, hence why I've brought in this guy, the man with a big head and even bigger ego.
And what a way to start the show with stuffing up the intro multiple times. So I guess I won't be here next week.
Yeah, exactly right. Get out of here. So, former here we go. See,
now you're stuffing up.
Look at me go.
Former UFC.
Who are you?
Yeah.
I was going to say like AFL or something like that. I don't know what I was going to say.
No.
But NRL, you played NRL
yes.
and you're now a washed up athlete. You're retired.
Yeah, I am very washed up. I'm retired and back into the working game. I got my first ever job since being 14 and working at McDonald's. And
Wow.
so hopefully this podcast takes me to bigger and better things and I may never have to do a thing again.
Well, I'm crossing my fingers too because that's what I want.
Yeah.
So how's it feel to be on the Dumb AF? Pretty exciting.
It's exciting. It's been a build-up for a while. We've spoken
has.
about it. We've chatted, and I've rescheduled many times.
Yeah.
So it is my fault, and I'm sorry for the hold-up, boys. But
Yeah,
it is
very
it's good. The energy's high.
The energy is
Yeah.
high. Well, we should have had a few drinks beforehand, but
Yeah.
we're stone cold sober for this
Oh,
episode.
I know.
I think we need to be, otherwise we're like,
Yeah, the
we
first
might
one.
go
Yeah,
crazy.
watch out, episode number 2. Holy.
So I thought it would be a good idea to ask you some questions
Ooh.
to find out some dumb as facts about Jarrod Wallace.
Oh, God.
Yeah, don't be scared.
You didn't send these through.
No, I didn't. I thought it would be better off the
Okay.
cuff.
All right.
Okay, what is your favourite animal?
Favourite animal? Silverback gorilla.
Silverback
Yeah, I
gorilla.
know, that's a weird one.
I
but
love it.
always had like obsession like since I was a kid. Like I remember doing primary school projects and stuff, and they were all my go-to, or the white rhino.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not a dog or a cat. I'm going full African,
Yeah.
like safari vibes.
No, I love it. I love it. So why the obsession?
I have no idea, to be honest. I just think they're so cool.
Strong animal.
Yeah, big, yeah.
Big
I've probably
animal.
got that. They're both like they're all similar to me.
You
know
look
what I
like
mean?
a rhino,
Yeah, I
yeah.
look like a rhino.
That's
Probably
it.
built like a gorilla. So
Like a brick shit house.
yeah.
You know what? My favourite animal is a meerkat. So
Oh,
I
really?
like
Compare the market.
Yeah. Please sponsor us.
Yeah.
Because they're just so cute, but they're also super smart and they work as
Yeah.
a team really well.
Yeah.
I'm a big team player. Are you a team player?
I've had to be. The last
Yeah.
20 years I've played a team sport. So if I didn't, I probably wouldn't have been in the industry as long as I was.
Yeah. Well, wow, I'm doing really well as well.
Geez, you
You're
really
making me
needed that
nervous.
shot,
What's
yeah.
going on? It's a good segue into the next question, which is, what is your claim to fame? Like, tell me a bit about NRL. When did you start?
So I've played football since I was 3 years old. Yeah,
3.
I was a inherited family thing. My parent, my dad, my uncles, they all played. They all played, pretty high up in the level. So I was kind of, body shape and obviously coming through the genetics, there was never anything different. But I kind of started playing professionally in 2008, which I was 16, 17, coming into the junior Titans development, and then but I played 2 years at under 20s, which is still semi-professional. We travelled to Sydney, New Zealand, all that sort of stuff. And then 2012, I debuted for the Broncos, and that's when my whole career started.
Yeah, and then you went to France for a little bit. Now you're back. Yeah. How old are you now?
I'm 33.
Oh my
33
God.
turned 34. I actually had my 30th twice because I had it in COVID and I didn't do it. So then I had the party the next year. So I just trying to say I'm 32 and then I've just turned 33.
Oh,
yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, do you have like a party trick or something you bring out at parties? Another claim to fame, like not footy related?
I can just drink lots. That's not really a trick. I'm usually the first guy there and definitely one of the last to leave.
Cool. That's a good one. Yeah. Mine's pretty similar to that. Yeah. So your go-to karaoke song?
Actually, funniest story. When I first moved back to the Gold Coast, we went to a karaoke bar in Surfers, and it was, remember that Big Girls Don't Cry?
Yes.
From what's her name, from the Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Fergie.
Fergie, yeah. I think it was Fergie. That's that. Big Girls Don't Cry. Me, Jai Arrow, my mate, another NRL player, up in front of this place was packed, and we are busting out this song. And this guy kept trying to get up on stage all night to sing with us. And I got the shits at the end because we were blind drunk for one, and then just absolutely hammered out, and I just full on Spartan kicked him off the stage.
This is karaoke.
This is karaoke.
Boom. Okay.
Yeah, and then I watched the security guards kick him out as I was the one that kicked him. But he was being a pest, so he deserved it.
Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah. Do you want to give us a couple lines of that song? Sing.
Nah.
Go for it.
No. I thought about it and I was
Fair enough.
I've already fucked up a lot today. I'm going to leave it there.
People might switch off.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Hottest man alive.
Oh, hottest man alive. Surely has to be a Chris Hemsworth.
Ooh,
yeah,
classic.
An Aussie battler.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Like Thor genes, running through his veins.
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
I love it. You do like big things.
Yeah, it's just
very
always
obvious.
big. Yeah, big food, big beers. I need big shorts for my big bucket ass. Yeah, a bit of everything. So.
Yeah,
and I reckon he'd just be he'd be like the guy, like a boy's boy to hang around with.
Yeah. I think he's a cool dude.
Yeah,
he hangs around with Fisher and stuff like that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But you're wrong. The hottest man alive is my partner, Kyle.
Oh, sorry, Kyle. Yeah.
Yes.
See, stuff's off already.
But you haven't met him, so fair enough. Followed very closely by James Franco's brother.
James Franco's brother.
Yeah. I don't know his name.
He's the one.
Dave. Is it Dave?
Yeah.
His
Dave
name's
Franco.
not important. It doesn't matter.
He's just the Franco brother.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
That'll do. Okay, now it is time for our dumb as fact of the day, which comes from Jarrod from the Gold Coast.
I did. So I did get the email the other day asking what was my dumbest fact, and I was thinking, God, there is so many, and I'm so excited to dig into some of these so deeply.
Okay.
But when I was scrolling through, I went to top 50 on Google, and I was just I'm going what is something that everyone wants to find out, Bob? And I'm scrolling through, I'm looking, and one just resonated with me massively. Kids and having sugar and going hyperactive.
Oh, sugar makes kids hyperactive. Okay. Interesting.
Because I've got 5.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, if there's anyone that can crack that code, it's me.
Mate, that's too many kids, hey?
Yeah.
You're just adding more assholes to the world, really.
More bucket asses to the world.
Yeah, that's it. What's life like with 5 kids, mate?
Chaos. Absolute chaos. I love it. I'm used to, I work very well under extreme pressures on and off the field. And my kids are absolute chaos, and I love every minute of it.
Well, I've met your little son, 1 year old. What's his name?
Banks. Yeah, so
interesting name.
He is for a 15-month-old. He's already got the body type of myself.
He is he's a juggernaut.
He looks exactly like me.
He does.
For number 2 hottest man in the world, that's not bad when he's older.
Number 3.
3. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth's up there now. Yeah.
No, number 4 actually.
Oh yeah,
going back down.
God, I'm working. I'm at 100 by the end of this show. It's only episode 1. So, yeah, he's just a little man.
He is so sweet. He's cute. Where did Banks come from? Why'd you call him that?
So, my wife's favourite street artist is Banksy.
Ah.
Yeah, and when we were going through names and she told me and I liked it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then out of nowhere, he had an exhibition in Brisbane, and we went up to there, and it was like unbelievable. And then we just I just full went looked into all the artworks, all that sort of stuff, and I was like, done. 100%
Love it.
Love it.
Sorry, but could be he or she.
It could be.
It could be a she.
It is. It could have been a she. And we like that very gender neutral names. Like we liked Ryder. Could have been a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
But especially for a girl, we loved Ryder.
I like that name too.
What else was there? There was a couple others, but
yeah,
I can't remember.
Let's not go through the list.
Yeah, I need a heavy, extensive list of all the kids I've got. So,
okay, so with this dumbass fact, then, do you think it is true or not?
I honestly, I think it comes from the kid and who is around, what situation that they're in. Mm-hmm. Because my kids, like honestly, they little sugar fiends. Love, chocky. They'll have a donut, which they clearly didn't get that from me. I have no idea where they got that from.
Was that sarcasm?
Yeah.
Just checking.
But like I've watched my girls have, ice cream, sugar, and everything before bed, and then be out like a lot.
Yeah.
But then I think it also comes down, like I said, to the kid. Like my younger brother used to, when he was younger, like anything, it wasn't so much sugar, it was actually orange juice, like an orange. Oh. Because we think it might have been a bit of an ADHD thing. So my mum used to, one of his things to get him to sleep, mum used to this wasn't abuse, people. Just
wow, if you have to premise it like that, it definitely was.
We used to have to lay him on the carpet or on the bed, and mum used to have to put a whole body weight onto, the fit ball, like the training soft big balls, and just roll up and down his body.
Oh, okay.
Because it was like a thing of like the doctors literally said, do it. And it was like a real thing. Yeah, see, this could be another fact on me.
We're going to have to figure out what's wrong with your brother in a future episode. Yeah.
Apart from ADHD and all the normal things.
Undiagnosed.
But I don't think it is. I think it just bases off the kid.
Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense because kids are people, little people, right?
Little people,
like I can have coffee, I can have chocolate, sugar, all that before bed, and I'll just go straight to sleep.
Yeah, pass out. And during the day, but I could also have a ton of sugar and coffee and all that, and then still want to go to bed during the day.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, like originally I thought this has got to be true because you know what I pictured? Have you seen that reel with the young chick and she's got like a bunch of fairy floss, like the blue fairy floss. She's eating the fairy floss and she like recharges. She's like, fucking boy.
But see,
this has to be true.
I reckon it's like the mental like perception around fairy floss. Because like fairy floss is like that energizer, like we're at a kid's party, we're at the movies, like it's like that fun. It's like that fun thing, like so the kid wants fairy floss, like they're excited. Yeah. I don't think it's like the kids already bounced off the walls before the fairy floss has gone in the mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a mental thing.
I see. It's because they're in a situation in which is exciting that they've got fairy floss. They could be at a carnival or a show. The kid was at a sports game. Yeah. Right? So
if I just put fairy floss on the table at home in front of my kids, they'd bounce off the walls before they had it. They don't even have to be at a party or a show.
They're just excited in general.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Let me go away. I'll do some research and I'll find out the truth. You keen?
Very keen.
All right.
And I'll bring in a football next week and we'll roll it up and down and we'll see how we go.
I'm good. Dumbass facts. So, Jarrod, I think a lot of people would look at you and think you're a big dum-dum.
And I can see why. Footballer, big front rower. But I like to think I'm a little bit more than that.
Yeah. You know what?
I know. I like to think I'm a bit more than that.
What is so exciting to find out is that, in fact, you are more than that. You're quite smart.
Thank you. I appreciate
because what you said was kind of true. So it is a myth. Sugar does not make kids hyperactive at all.
I knew it.
So there's been a bunch of studies. There have been like 23 studies, so not just one or two or whatever. What they did was they got a group of kids. Yeah. They gave half of them sugar. Yeah. And they gave half of them a placebo, so like artificial sugar. And then they got a bunch of teachers, parents, and researchers to take them into two classes. Yep. It was like a blind setup. Yep. And what they found, there was absolutely no difference between their behavior, their attention, or their energy levels either.
Do you reckon red cordial? You know how red cordial is like the ultimate no-go for kids?
Yeah.
Do you reckon red cordial is one of those?
Well, no.
No, I don't reckon. I'm like, they wanted to bust this and they went, no, we're just going to give them light donuts and stuff like that.
It was 1 cube of sugar. I don't think it was any of that.
Yeah.
1 cube of sugar and 1 cube of artificial shit.
Yeah.
And what they found is no difference whatsoever.
I knew it.
It's weird.
It comes down to the kid. And like, honestly, I think there's such a stigma on kids these days with like, dyslexia, ADHD.
Right.
Like all that. I don't even know how you put it. Like, is it not physical? It's like not a mental thing. It's just like kids are born like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a fact that, actually, you know me well. I can't write a fucking email. I know, like you like this thing. I'm smarter. Like I am smart in my own way. But like I 100% have like dyslexia or something like that because I've never read a book in my life.
Yeah.
So, but like you give me anything in in front of me with my hands, I can do it straight away.
Yeah.
So you go and give these kids, like sugar or whatever it is, and it's gonna set them off because it's not the fact that like it's the sugar itself. It's because like they have something that's underlying as well.
Do you have ADHD? You've not been diagnosed, nothing?
I've never been diagnosed, but
you think you
100%. I know for a fact I'd have something. Like I said, like I can't read a book and like read a paragraph and then, I think back, I'm like, what happened back there again?
Yeah.
Like, I can't retain the information.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when you were at school, did you get report cards that were like...
Shit house.
You were like, this guy is smart, but like he'd be a lot better if he paid attention or he wasn't so much of a class clown.
Yeah, it was because like I used to, like when I couldn't understand something, I couldn't work towards what the class like objective was because I didn't understand it. I would go off on, I'd speak out, I'd talk, I'd be the class clown or whatever it was. But then you look at my report card and it'd be, fantastic in woodwork, fantastic in metal, fantastic in sport, fantastic in all that, A's. And then English, B.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm totally talking myself up. B would have been fantastic. D. You know what I mean? And that is our kids in our society. There's a stigma around it. Like, like it doesn't matter if they have that sort of thing. If they've got the ADHD, like we have the things in our society and in our workplaces now that it can help kids learn and understand better, in whatever it is, whether it's playing with a hacky sack, whether it's, playing with a Rubik's Cube that, just keeps them attentive. Like I know there's a little girl at my daughter's school. She just sits on a bouncy ball rather than a chair so that she can bounce when she learns.
Yeah.
So it keeps her mind stimulated and something different.
Yeah, because everyone learns differently.
Exactly.
And I think this is a really good time for a little bit of cross promotion because you just did an amazing interview for Awesome Humans, which is really interesting. And you talked about this kind of stuff where like people learn differently. So it's about working with what the kid or the person that you're teaching needs to use to learn, which is really cool.
And I think that like even like throughout my whole football career, like the best coaches were the people that could understand the person.
Exactly.
Because some guys could sit there, you give them a playbook, and they're like, boom, they've got it straight away. Some guys wouldn't even look at the playbook, i.e. me, but they just knew when they got on the field because you run it 100 times. Like you just got to understand your kids. Sugar is not always the case. I'm not saying it is. It isn't because it would be, but I'm not saying it always is.
You're right. Well, there is such a thing as parents' bias as well, which you were saying, like parents have selective memory. So they did some studies which were published in this, which I really like the name of it, the Journal of Abnormal Child Psychology. Yep. Abnormal. Is that how you were described as a child?
Yeah, abnormally large.
So what they did was they said they were going to give these kids sugar, but what they actually gave them was a placebo. And then they sent them out into the classroom and the teachers were like, yeah, they're hyperactive. But the fact of the matter is the kids weren't even given sugar. They were given a fake thing.
I told you.
Yeah, so there was this whole...
mental.
It is.
Thank you.
And not even for the kids. It's a mental thing with the parents and the teachers that they have this idea in their heads that like when we give kids sugar, they will get hyperactive. Yeah. And that's not the case. So let's look at why there is actually this myth. So This annoys me so much that you're actually pretty much like spot on with
I know,
these.
thank you. And it's not because trust me, I haven't done any education on this. I haven't even done any background to this. It's purely based off the fact of like my life and my kids and like my mates' lives and kids like that.
Exactly. So look at the times when kids have sugar. Like the kid with the fairy floss, like we said, she was at the sports game. So there's these exciting moments that these kids are having sugar that then creates them, makes them go crazy.
Exactly, because like it's like any kid when you're going to any sort of thing, of course it's going to send them over hyperactive. It's going to give them that, endorphins to just want to go on exciting and things like that. And kids can contain it yet.
Why
they
not?
haven't learned. So
control it.
Exactly. They can't
chill
control
out.
it. Yeah. Sit down, motherfucker.
I don't have any kids. I'm like, just chill out.
And that's why I look at my kids when they're going bonkers and stuff like that. Like there's obviously a reason. It's not because they're being shitheads. It's not because they're going over the top with something. Like there's obviously a backstory of it.
Right.
And whether they've just had a boring day all day and all of a sudden it's like, bang, we're going to the beach. Or bang, they get to swim in the pool or something like that. It's because they have finally kids want to express themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like kids want to have fun. Like they're these little bundles of joy and they're just so full of energy. Like I sit there and watch them like, I don't know how my son or my daughters, they sit there, they wake up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning and they just go until 8 o'clock and then they're just dead. You know what I mean?
It's such a weird thing actually because, I don't have any kids, right? Until I hear from someone who has kids. Yeah. And hearing from your interview with Brett on Awesome Humans, you were like, my biggest, the best thing I've ever done is have children.
Yeah.
And so what do you reckon? Should I have them or no?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I see the way you're running around with Banks and that when he's in the office and that, and I think you'd be a great mum. But honestly, it's like having kids some people are going to be more, natural than others. Mm-hmm. I was the oldest of, 11 or 12 grandkids. So
how old were you when you had your first kid?
21.
That's
I wasn't even 21 yet.
That's a young age to have a kid.
Take that back. Just turned 21.
So what was it like having a child at that age?
It was crazy. It was the craziest year of my life. I just made first grade in NRL. I just played NRL. So my life was crazy as it is. And then you go and chuck in a little baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And no one's ever prepared.
Yeah.
I don't care how prepared you are. You might have the room set up. You might have the creams and soaps and
the books.
All that, the books and stuff. Nothing prepares you, because two of mine were, 3 of mine was cesareans, so they were prepared and we had them on the exact date, the exact time we went.
Okay.
So they were all bottle fed as well because they all couldn't breastfeed, and they just slept like angels. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And then my other ones were all I had it natural, but he was bottle fed as well. And then you go and talk to my mates who are like, oh, they're breastfeeding, it doesn't sleep, doesn't do this. And it's like, you never know how much the mum's trying everything they can to produce the milk.
Right.
But sometimes you just can't produce it. So when you're getting bottle feds and stuff, feeds, full bottles, and they're just out like a light, it's like when any any adult eats like a big meal and goes to sleep, they're going to sleep.
So you're saying the solution is bigger bottles?
100%. Feed the shit out of that kid. Get him a full.
Overfeed your child.
Absolutely.
Just put heaps of that fat and sugar.
I want to see the milk coming out the nose. It's just popping at the seams. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately,
this is all opinion, by the way, people. There's no proof or anything scientific.
It's my
proof.
experience.
It's my experience.
It's just and because I know mates that they breastfeed their babies and then they also bottle feed at the same time. It just comes all down to the kid. Some kids are just crazy.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple of those.
I'm acting like I know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah. Just nod and wave, Craig. Nod and wave.
Nod, agree. Okay. So let's have a look at what sugar does to the body.
Okay.
So, any ideas what sugar is? What is it?
What you put in your coffee? No, I know.
That's a clap. Slow clap.
Sugar stores in your body. Mm-hmm. I think, into like certain fats and stuff like that. So it's not good for you. I know sugar isn't good for you.
Right.
Or
so,
excess sugar. Excess sugar.
Yeah.
Excess
good.
sugar.
Very well done.
Thank you. So close.
Really good.
I should totally be a nutritionist. I knew I should have given this up and become a nutritionist.
So sugar. Sugar is a carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Okay. And it gives you energy. So it's processed in two different types. So you got glucose and you got fructose. So they have different structures, each of them. Is this, you're looking at me like,
lost me at
you get a vacant look in your eye. I don't know.
I'm Homer Simpson at the moment, like the monkey. No, yeah, I do understand this actually. Throughout my years of football, I do understand this part of it.
You don't.
I do.
So glucose.
Yes.
You can get from starchy foods, right? So you get it from bread, you get it from rice, you get it from potatoes, you get it from fruits and vegetables.
Yep. Everything I shouldn't eat because I'm thick. Yes, I get that.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
good to eat glucose and fructose. It's good.
My waistline doesn't tell me that.
Yeah, okay. We'll get into that. So fructose comes from fruits, honey, some vegetables, right? So glucose will get absorbed into your bloodstream really quickly, and it increases your blood sugar levels.
Yep.
Insulin. All right, insulin.
Yes.
Where is insulin produced?
Whoa. That's a good question. I probably should have known that. We actually had a guy that played football with us,
Right.
who couldn't produce insulin. I can't remember what it's called.
So he had
now.
diabetes.
Diabetes. That's the one. I was just thinking. I was like, this is good. It didn't come to me. Anyway, so he had diabetes. So, and then one day he was training, and it just hit him, and he just fainted, passed out.
Yeah.
Because his sugar levels were so low, and we just used to throw red frogs down his throat.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like you on a Friday night at the pub with a beer. You know what I mean? Just throw it down your throat.
What are you talking about?
And then.
Okay, so you're deflecting now because you have no idea where insulin is produced. Is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Okay. So insulin is produced in your pancreas.
Oh, I totally knew that.
So where is your pancreas in your body?
You're asking questions that I just not
welcome to the
know.
Dumb AF podcast.
You're making me feel so dumb.
That's how this works. Where is the pancreas? Go.
In between the liver and the kidney.
That's a really good guess, actually.
Is it?
You did really well there. It's about 15 centimeters behind your stomach. So your stomach's about here, just, kind of under your lungs here.
Yeah.
Though things seem to be moving around.
Yeah.
It's a Mandela effect.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
God knows where your heart is anymore and your liver. But it is 15 centimeters behind your stomach. So just in the middle part of your body.
Yeah.
And it helps cells. So insulin helps cells absorb glucose for energy.
Yeah.
Or storage. So glycogen will be stored for energy in the liver and your muscles as well. So fructose is more sweet, so it tastes sweeter, and it goes to your liver for processing. So if it's produced as energy, it'll convert to glycogen, like glucose, or if you've got too much fructose in your body, it then gets stored as fat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when you get kind of big from eating a lot of sugar, is when you eat too much fructose.
I knew those blocks of chocolate were never going to work for me.
Yeah. Yeah, she probably chill it out.
Yeah.
So glucose is really good.
Yes.
So it's great for your brain function. It's great for your physical activity. But then, hang on. I need water. I'm dying. Are you dying?
Oh, she can't handle the pressure, the girl. She can't handle the pressure.
One eternity later.
No, I'm sweet. I'm good.
Easy, man. All right. So,
Go.
glucose, very important for brain function and physical activity, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's only really one benefit of fructose, and that is the fact that you can find it in a lot of fruits.
Yes.
So if you're eating fructose, it's a good thing.
Okay.
Well, only if it's in fruits.
Yes.
Right? Because fruits contain all
Are you
the
a big
other
fruit
things.
eater?
Me?
Yes.
I love grapes.
Grapes, they're yum.
I'm obsessed.
Have you tried the candy grapes from Coles?
Honey, candy grapes are not included.
Oh, they have to be. They're still grapes.
What
They've
do you
just got extra sugar on top.
Talk to me. What are these?
You get them in Coles. So they're in a punnet.
Right.
They are grapes, but they must have been soaked in like a
sugar,
whether like a candy syrup. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Feed them to your kids. It's totally okay.
Nope.
My kids eat them all the time, and they're sweet. They don't go to bed till 9 o'clock at night, but it's totally fine.
And look, it doesn't make them hyperactive, so
Exactly.
there's no problem here.
They're delicious.
Incorrect. So here's the thing about sugar, okay? There's a lot of long-term effects of sugar that are not good for you,
Yep.
okay? So, first of all, it can make you fat. You would know.
I would know. Whoa. Oh, my God. Did you just hear that, people? Oh, whoa.
No, I never said
My
such
love
a
handle's been here since I was born, thank you.
thing. So if you don't
It's not from sugar, it's genetic.
if you do not use the sugar for energy, you will get stored as fat,
Yes.
and then you'll be a fat person.
Yes.
No one like that.
Big bone, my mum always says.
Right. She's delirious. Then you could develop something called insulin resistance.
Yes.
So this could lead to type 2 diabetes.
I was about to say that.
No, you weren't.
I swear to God I was.
All right, here we go. What is the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes?
Type 2, I think type 1 is like something that you need injections and all that sort of for. Isn't type 2 so it's like a pregnant woman if they've overeaten or they form it over time, but you can get rid of it. You can't get rid of one.
Interesting.
Close?
You're kind of close.
Kind of close, thank you.
Kind of close. So type 1 is like an autoimmune condition, okay?
you.
So your body
Can't get
attacks
rid of
the
it.
insulin, right? And they're producing cells in the pancreas. So your body doesn't produce insulin properly. So you can't regulate your blood sugar levels.
Yes.
Where the type 2 is more due to lifestyle factors. So if you eat badly, you got poor diet, you don't exercise, you're fat, you're obese,
Yes.
right? Then you can develop type 2. Do you have
I
somewhere to
knew that.
be, bro?
No, our boss is just hammering me just then.
What's he saying?
You don't want to know. But I just got 5 messages in a row and I was like, don't look down.
Forget
don't look
him.
down.
No, we're not doing that.
I'm
We
the
don't
big
cut
dog
this
in
whole
there.
thing
I'm
out.
the
You know
big
that.
dog. I'm
This
the big
cutting
dog
it.
in here.
No, you're not.
Yeah. No, you're the boss.
I mean, you're a
You're
big
the
dog.
boss.
I mean,
Yeah.
quite large. There's no doubt about it.
Okay.
Okay. No diet. You're fat. You're obese. Okay.
Yeah.
That you can get this. What it creates is a resistant body to insulin or no production of insulin. You're screwed. Okay. You got it.
Unlucky.
Don't freak out.
That would be hard.
It
That'd
would be hard.
to live with.
So
Imagine like just not being able to like cope with that. You know, like I was just thinking, like I know what we're like just being in the office. You know, the last like month and a bit.
Right.
Like you're working hard, you're going away, and all of a sudden, bang, it just hits you.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And there's no sugar in the office.
Well, I think
What do you do?
once you get to type 2 diabetes,
Yeah.
like you would be aware because you'd be a bit larger. And
Yeah,
you know
but that's like kind of
you know what
different.
I
Like you
mean?
kind of been, because like type 2 diabetes, like you never, like you weren't born with it, so you've been
No.
told, and then you're watching it.
Oh, okay.
Type 1, like you were born with it, and
Right.
you've got to watch it. But like, imagine if you weren't prepared one
Like
day. and it just-
surprise,
surprise,
type 2.
Sheldy, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true. That's
yeah.
true. So type 2 can result in high blood sugar levels. On a minor end, you could get hyperglycemia, right? Which would mean
yes.
you could get headaches and that kind of thing. But on the
Oh,
major end of it,
yeah.
you die. So that's fun.
Whoa. There's no in between, is there? It's either
I mean-
you've got something or you're dead.
I mean, there is an in between. There's
Yeah.
plenty of in between. You could be dealing with it your whole life, but yeah, you could actually die from this. So it's
Wow.
serious stuff.
That's crazy.
Now, dental problems are another big one. How's your teeth, Jarrod? They look
Great teeth.
actually pretty nice.
I've got great teeth.
You've got Invisalign going on.
I do have Invisalign.
Why?
So when I was training back in the day, I got smacked in the mouth and it broke my tooth.
Right.
And unfortunately, I wasn't wearing a mouth guard because I was training. Went to go get it fixed at the dentist that we had. And he's like, unfortunately, mate, where I'd cracked it, it wasn't going to be able to, so he had to fix it and do the root canal and save the tooth. Sweet. Anyways, we used to call this the dentist the vet. And for a fucking good reason.
Because he's working on animals.
Seriously, literally. Anyways, so like a couple of months later, I was like, wow, this is still so painful. Went to a different dentist and they're like, mate, we're going to have to pull it out. And they're like,
Oh my God.
And I was like, why? Like, I've done everything. Like, he's fixed it. It was meant to be fine. Anyway, so as he's pulling it out, 9 little canisters of lidocaine to numb.
Lidocaine.
Yeah, 9
No.
canisters. No, I felt every bit of it. It pulled out. It was terrible. Because the vet didn't pull all the roots out, so he pulled it out with the roots still in it, and I felt everything and had to get rid of it. Anyway, so over time of playing footy, because there was no point in getting it fixed while I was playing footy because if it broke or something like that, or it would weaken my jaw.
Yep.
My teeth started to kind of open up a bit, so I just close them up and I'll get it fixed and sorted.
Yeah.
Well, apart from that, my teeth are fantastic.
They look nice, actually, considering, the trauma that you've experienced.
The cop and the hits I've copped, I've still got all my teeth. There's some guys that don't have many teeth left. So. Thank you. I'll take a bow. Thank you. I'll take a bow. Thank
That's
you.
fantastic. All right. So don't eat any sugar because things will go downhill from here.
I don't eat sugar. I'm a professional athlete. I don't do that.
Do you want some candy?
I'd love some.
Come into my van.
Yeah.
All right, so sugar feeds on the bacteria in your mouth.
Yes.
So bacteria will stick to your gums and your teeth, and then you get that oral bacteria that then uses sugar to metabolize. So it'll eat the sugar and grow.
So in other words, what we're saying, kids, is if you eat sugar, make sure you brush your teeth.
Yeah, if you eat sugar, party in your mouth, everyone's invited.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. It produces lactic acid. So lactic acid, once they metabolize your sugar and they produce lactic acid, it actually changes the pH levels in your mouth.
Oh, yes.
So once they change the pH levels, it actually erodes the enamel from your teeth. And that is the biggest problem. So when bacteria and sugar and acids combine, it creates plaque. And if that is there for too long, it creates tartar. You know what tartar is?
I do.
You do?
Thank you to my dentist. I have been well aware of what all that sort of stuff is.
Yeah. So tartar is that hard stuff that gathers on your teeth, and then you can get cavities, you can get gum disease, the whole shebang. So you don't want to let it get to that point, basically.
Hell no. Look
So
after your
calm
teeth.
down.
Brush your teeth.
Brush your
Floss.
Yeah, and
Do what you need to do.
don't eat sugary stuff. That's
Exactly.
I feel like I've not convinced you yet.
Not at all. I don't care. I'm
Okay.
I'm going to eat that sugar.
Your ears are closed.
I'm going to eat that sugar. They're open, but they are. I hear what I want to hear.
I see. Well,
Cadbury, if you're listening, I've still got you.
Look, please sponsor us.
Yeah.
This is the second time. So kids are the same as us, right? So they can obviously get quite fat. Let's not beat around the bush. Kids can get fat. I mean, your son looks quite good, actually. He's not fat yet, but a few years, who knows? He's a big kid.
He's a Besser block on legs.
Yeah, so I'd keep an eye on him. But, kids can develop type 2 diabetes. Like normally it's for 45 years plus. But kids can develop it if they get too big. So because kids are smaller and they're more active, like everything that happens is more obvious. So, we're bigger, so we have sugar. It might not affect us as much as children. But they do not get hyper. What is more likely to happen is that it improves their mood, right? Because sugar will release dopamine in the mind, which is a happy hormone. Yes. And then they'll experience mood swings. So instead of having this stable thing going on, they get very excited, very happy, and then they'll drop into an upset moment where they get very angry, very tired. And if you're looking at you've experienced this before.
So what I'm going to sit here and say is we need to stop this conversation because everything I've said is correct.
It's true.
And we need to. We have busted this ass out of the shit out of sugar. Is that not fair? That is a great high five. Thank you.
I'm not. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of pissed because he's right.
First one in, bang.
Mate, I'll have to keep you on, I think, because you've done very well.
Thank you.
All right, I don't have too much left. So what I'm going to tell you is the recommendation from the World Health Organization, the WHO, the who's who in the zoo. Do you know what I mean? So children should have 5 to 10% of total daily calories of sugar. So it's around 25 grams or 6 teaspoons for children maximum is the amount. And to be fair, actually 6 teaspoons sounds like a lot to me personally. Like 6 teaspoons of sugar a day is a lot for a small child.
That's a shit ton of sugar.
Yeah. And that's what the World Health Organization is saying, like no more than that.
Yeah, holy.
6 teaspoons.
That's a shitload of bloody iced coffees.
But like I think you'd be surprised because like for example Coca-Cola in a normal can, like a 375, gram or whatever it is, the normal can, will give you 10 teaspoons of sugar. 10.
Wow.
Yeah. In one can.
What?
Yeah.
That's a shitload of sugar.
It's a lot of sugar. So keep that in mind. One can of Coke, right? You're done. Like overdone with your children. You're giving them one can, too much.
Yeah, my kids don't drink soft drink until they were at least 9 and 10.
Is that true?
Yeah, seriously.
Okay,
you
look like you're lying. Are you lying?
Juice and water. My son's never had it. And
Orange juice.
Orange juice.
Much worse.
Orange juice, like just fresh juice. But he doesn't like it. He doesn't really drink it, honestly.
He prefers Coca-Cola.
He prefers Coca-Cola.
So, sugars are added in cereals and desserts, so remember that as well. You've got your naturally occurring sugars and your juices and your syrups, as you said. The orange juices have a lot of sugar in them.
But is it not a sugary sugar? I mean, a fruit sugar more in juice, especially if it's freshly squeezed?
I know what you're saying. Yes and no. So this recommendation of 6 teaspoons excludes fruit and vegetables. Yes. So if you're talking just orange juice or whatever, that's fine. Okay, so fruits and veggies, as many as, not quite as many as they want, because I've heard that grapes give kids the shits. Just saying. Have you heard that?
Oh, maybe that's why my son's been shitting heaps lately.
I
got fresh heaps of grapes yesterday, and it's just now he's got a red bum.
Oh,
He's got a
mate.
red bum. I felt so bad for him.
what?
I thought it was something like maybe I didn't wipe his bum quick enough. It's the fucking
It's
grapes.
the grapes. We need to do another dumbass fact on this one because grapes can cause diarrhea. I've heard this. I've heard
I did not know that.
Well, let's
blown my mind.
Calm down. It's just an opinion at this point. We're not proved to debunk this
grapes.
one. But yes, it excludes fruit and veg. So outside of those, it can give them up to 6 teaspoons of sugar.
Okay.
That's maximum.
Yep.
Now, how to manage it? Sugary drinks are the big one.
Yeah, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Flick them out.
Like soda, like Coke or
Coke,
lemonade.
iced teas,
And
all
juice,
that sort of
though,
shit.
and juice as well.
Yeah.
Juice has shit tons
But you know
of
what
sugar.
I noticed? That kids, they love Powerades and shit. Because
Well,
it's
they're
such
children.
an adult thing. They love it because it tastes like candy.
I
Stop
don't
giving it
give
to 'em.
a shit.
Your kid doesn't need electrolytes, mate. He hasn't done a 40K fucking triathlon. Stop giving your kid Powerade.
Mate, here's what you want to give your kid in terms of beverages. You want to give them water, obviously, or milk. Milk is really good.
Yeah. Just
And we're
make sure
talking
you
just
brush their
natural
teeth
milk.
at night because otherwise the calcium in the milk can rot your teeth too.
Oh, here we go. Another
Another dentist
dumb
fact.
ass fact.
See?
Wow, I'm banking
I
these.
told you, I am not as dumb as I thought.
Well, you might be dumb.
We'll break that myth. We'll break that myth on here.
Make
Grapes
sure
and milk, watch out, we're coming.
grapes, milk. Okay, whole foods. All right, whole foods, not processed foods. Processed foods can have a lot of sugars. And last of all, you want to read the labels. Like I said,
Absolutely.
Coca-Cola, 10 teaspoons of sugar in each can. But read the back. There's hidden sugars in all these brands.
But I also agree.
Read it.
I also look to moderation. Every bit, every now and then.
Moderation.
Moderation. Like if your kids are smacking this 24/7, like no wonder they're putting on weight. No wonder their teeth are rotting. All that sort of stuff. But every now and then, do a little treat, or like adults. It's just not even for kids, for adults. Yeah, like you don't have to eat shit food 24/7 to put weight on, because you could eat a shitload of healthy food too and put weight on.
To be
Everything is in moderation.
I mean, you're a guy who knows how to put weight on for certain things, right? Yeah, I mean, like,
I've never really had to put weight on because I do it naturally, but
is that a
weight-
thing that you've had to do, like put on weight for, getting into certain groups?
My first year of football, I had to put on 9 kilos.
There you go.
Yeah,
And how'd you go about that?
Just ate a shit ton more
Just
than I
ate
usually
food.
do. Just ate
Sugar
food.
or
Yeah, I probably just didn't care as much as like the diet that I had once I got older, and I just couldn't lose the weight that I put on.
So you're actually really bad.
Don't ask me. I was known to have the ultimate dad bod in a professional rugby league football career.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, because I could carry the weight. Thank you.
You've got it now.
I've
You're
got it.
really living in your dad bod
Yeah, my
era.
2XL shirts are getting taut.
Dumbest facts. Well, there you go. Sugar does not make kids hyperactive, but
I knew it.
Do not feed your kids sugar because it is bad.
Look, I think, like I've said, it definitely comes down to the child. It definitely comes down to like the circumstance of like how much sugar they're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every now and then, a little bit of sugar isn't going to hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
And like, God,
Jarrod.
like sometimes I'm not going to lie, and I take full responsibility.
Uh-huh.
I bribe my kids with sugar.
Yeah.
A little bribe every now and then.
A little bribe is fine.
Yeah, like please do your homework. Here's a chockie.
Jarrod, I want to ask you something, and it's very serious. Did you Google the answer to this question before we did this podcast episode?
You know what's crazy? You know what's actually crazy? And I will be so honest with this. The first time in my life, I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't.
You didn't cheat?
I didn't. No.
You didn't lie?
Because I thought I knew the answer. Or actually, I thought that it was kind of come from my perspective. You know what I mean? And it just happened to be the right answer.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't believe you
So
at
all
all.
the dadders out there, I'm also smart.
Do not forget to like, subscribe, tell all your friends about this podcast. Send us an email at dumbassfacts@gmail.com. You can check us out on our socials at the Dumb AF Podcast. And wow, you still look really dumb to me.
Oh, you're so dumb. But we appreciate you locking into the first episode, and I promise you it's going to get better.
Do you want to do another one?
I really do.
Well, you're
I
in,
think
baby.
it's funny because I didn't do well at school. This might be how I find facts out.
Redemption.
My year 10 teacher, I'm coming back for her.